24 years, one league has stood the test of time. The Mile High Affiliates Podcast. Stories of triumph and heartbreak, told through 24 years of fantasy football. But the past was just the warm-up. Year 25 is here, and it is going to be epic.
And freaking tastic.
I am the god when it comes to the rules.
I am a hater on Jordan Love.
I was shitting on Sam Darnold like no other.
They're a team that doesn't want to eat their vegetables.
Happy I got 5 championships.
You are listening to the MHA Podcast.
All right, folks. Brand new, untainted, sparkly new toys. Tantalizing. That's right. We're here to talk about those players that have yet to fail in the NFL. And that is those 2026 rookies. Todd's favorite episode. Eric Lansing, Todd Diamond, and Mikey Renaud. Todd, see, he's already talking over me. Good job, Todd.
No problem.
Yeah. You're excited about rookies?
I told you this is my favorite. This is my favorite podcast of all the ones we do. And again, I know I'm the biggest college football fan out of everyone here, but I like it. It's phenomenal.
So when I sent you the outline of the rookies, you knew every single player name and seen them all in action?
I would say the only ones, maybe the one I didn't really see a whole lot of because maybe was Jordan Tyson, but everyone else I've seen.
What about you, Miguel? Are you excited for this rookies podcast on this Tuesday, July 28th?
I mean, it's my least favorite one. I'm not shy about that.
Why don't you get into the rookies?
Because number one, at least to me, they're overhyped. And
you hear that, Todd? Overhyped. They ain't worth it.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's a fair point for Mikey. Then Mikey's not wrong. I mean, yes, rookies do get
overhyped. Why do you get so excited about them?
I guess just because I'm such a big college football fan, and I see them, and I just kind of I see like, oh, I see the potential, and like, oh, this guy's going to tear it up in the NFL and everything like that. And sometimes they, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about some rookies and how they, hit the rookie wall and everything like that. But I guess I get really hyped about it, and especially too where they're going. What particular team they're going. Like, oh, they're gonna just tear it up with this team. I mean, it's not even going to be close.
Rookies. We'll get into it, but first, a couple of news and notes we need to quickly talk about.
Now, at the risk of being unpopular, this reporter places the blame for all of this squarely on you, the viewers.
So Malik Neighbors, of course, he dealt with a pretty gruesome injury from last year, recovering from a torn ACL and a torn meniscus. The Giants did not put him on the physically unable to perform list. Doesn't mean he's not still injured. Doesn't mean he's still not recovered. But they're saying there's a chance that he could be ready for the season opener on September 13th. And the other thing was kind of breaking news that Mikey was sharing with us today. Kirk Cousins, as of this day on July 28th, is the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Raiders. Speaking of bad rookies, I guess. Coach Clint Kubiak said Cousins is the guy and deserves it because he played football really well. So I guess what's your initial thoughts? Obviously, we'll talk about Mr. Fernando Mendoza, the number one pick for the Raiders, and said Kirk Cousins is playing. Mikey, does that excite you as a fantasy owner and Bowers and Genty, or were you hoping Mendoza was going to be the guy?
I think I talked about it last week. I thought
we did talk about this, yes.
Yeah, that I thought Cousins was the better option, at least to start. I think Todd had the opposite opinion.
The opposite, yep. So, Todd, you were very upset about this news today.
I mean, at this point, you draft him number one overall, and I get it where teams, want to make sure that that he's ready, and you don't throw him too much into the fire. You don't want to kill his confidence or anything like that, and get him. but you went during the off season. You went and fixed the offensive line. You already have. I mean, like their wide receiver core, it's not the best, but you have Genty, you have Bowers. Understand. I know Kirk Cousins can put up fantasy numbers and everything, but at this point, just if you really want to see what Mendoza can do, just put him in the fire.
Todd wants to see him right away. He won't get that, however, so we'll keep an eye. And it's early. Maybe Mendoza outplays him. It's just the beginning of training camp, so relax, Todd. Just relax. Okay. So there's the end of the news. That's all I saw. Did you guys see anything else? Those are the major two ones I saw. All right. No one else has seen anything. Very good. Well, now it's time to go to our countdown of our top 24 all-time MHA champions in celebration of our 25 years of the Mile High Fantasy Football League. 24 years of greatness.
Acknowledge me!
All right, so the first MHA champion we're going to celebrate is the 2016 Supreme Clientele. This was a team that peaked very late in that season, but did so in that postseason as well, snuck into the playoffs as a 6 seed with a 5-7-1 record. But he did that despite being third in the league overall in points. And then and he averaged 140 points per game during the year. So that's an incredibly high number. Unfortunately, very unlucky. He saw the third most points allowed, but during those playoffs, he would go 134 to 128 over the 3 seed, 121 to 109 over number 1 Lion Rip, and 155 to 150 over the 5 seeded Hot Tamales. He had some big studs on there. Tom Brady was averaging 50 points a game. Of course, he had some big time superstars in LaShawn McCoy and Antonio Brown. Mikey, your big takeaway from Supreme Clientele was the fact of him beating arguably the best team ever that didn't win a championship.
That's correct. Aaron's team in 2016 was a beast. I mean, a juggernaut, if you want to call it that. A team that, bests any team in league history in winning margin for a season. That Lion Rip team was beating teams by 40 points a game, which is just insane. And when it came down to the playoffs, they met in the semifinal, and Supreme Clientele 6 seed over a really big 1 seed. I'm sure it's something to this day that, even though Aaron has 5 championships, something he'll always remember.
Todd, do you want to say anything about this 2016 Clientele squad?
The playoffs are a different beast, and it doesn't matter how you play in the regular season. You just have to play right. For just 3 weeks, and to win. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I mean, you say, well, the team is is juggernaut, but you can catch them on a bad week, then no one's gonna remember that. All I was gonna remember is you beat Supreme Clientele beating Lion Rip, beating Aaron's team, and that's what it comes down to. So it was definitely you can hang your head high on. So
your head high on what now?
Overcame Deflategate. That's what this team was.
Deflategate. Oh man.
Wow. Can we just?
So maybe we take him off the list for Deflategate.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But there we go. 2016 Supreme Clientele number 24 as we count up to the top overall champion in our Mile High Affiliates Fantasy Football League. Okay. Time to get into the rookies. And I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I just want one answer. And then we could talk about it afterwards. But how did the rookies do in 2025 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being incredible? What would you say last year's rookies did? Mikey?
We'll give them a 5.
Todd?
7.
Okay, what do you guys remember? So here's some of the numbers from last year. The top quarterback, of course, rookie quarterback, was Cam Ward, finished 18th. And so outside of at least the starting quarterback, he might have been on the roster. I didn't even look at that and see if he was on someone's roster. But anyway, in 17 games played, 323 completions, a little over 3,100 yards passing, 15 touchdowns passing, 7 INTs, and 2 rushing TDs. So that's probably more of the below 5 situation. Genty, he was drafted in the first round, middle of the first round. He ended up finishing 12th. So not terrible, but not great. I think the expectations were incredibly high for him. He had 975 rush yards, 5 TDs, caught 55 passes, and scored 5 TDs. Now he played on a pretty bad Raiders team. Omarion Hampton was another big-time running back. He went in the second round to the same owner, by the way. He ended up finishing 35th. Now, a lot of that was because he was injured. He only played in 9 games, had 545 rush yards, 4 TDs, 32 receptions, and 1 TD. The best wide receiver was Tet McMillan. He ended up finishing 17th overall amongst wide receivers, 70 catches, 1,000 yards, and 7 TDs. However, in terms of the tight ends, Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland had their moments last year. I think the biggest bust was Travis Hunter, who was kind of that big rookie prize. Now, he wasn't the first wide receiver drafted in our league. Tet McMillan was. He was drafted in the 7th round, but of course hurt majority of 2025. Todd, what do you want to say about rookies in 2025? You said that you feel like it was a 7 out of 10, so you're pretty high on, or felt pretty good about how the rookies did last year.
Well, you forgot you missed a rookie running back on your list there.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. RJ Harvey, come on now, come on. RJ Harvey, granted, was on my team,
Of course,
but he definitely showed more flashes in the in the receiving game for sure compared to the running game. Hopefully, he kind of got better in that in the offseason. He had 7 touchdowns last year, 47 receptions. He rushed for 7 touchdowns. He caught 5 passes. 5 touchdowns. Sorry, 5 for
start over from the top. He
rushed
for 7 touchdowns. And
he rushed for 7 touchdowns. He rushed for 7 touchdowns.
Just say he had 12 total touchdowns. That makes it easier.
There we go. He had 12. He had 12 total touchdowns. There we go. See, I'll get the words out here. So again, I think he definitely showed flashes. Obviously had to step up a little bit too. Because J.K. Dobbins, got hurt and everything. So I think R.J. Harvey, but guy, I think hopefully he'll get better this,
Am I seeing this right? Todd drafted R.J. Harvey in the 3rd round last year. Is that correct?
Yes, it did.
You crazy mother effer.
Yep. Yep.
And that's not a good pick. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a good pick, even after the fact. He ended up finishing 21st amongst all running backs.
Yeah.
Because he only rushed for 540 yards in 17 games.
Here's the but, Eric. Here's the but. He was in the championship.
Oh, geez. That's what you're going to talk about? As your 3rd. Just imagine if you would have picked. We're going off topic. Okay. Mikey, your thoughts on the rookies?
Average, and I say this because Tet McMillan saved it. He was really good. Other guys Camp Scatabo had moments until he got hurt. Egbuka had moments until he got hurt.
Judkins.
Judd.
Yeah, Judd. Don't get Todd started on Judkins.
I know. I didn't want to bring him up, but whatever. He was good and got hurt.
Just the reason I don't have it higher is just because the expectation, and this is what I talk about overhyped, like Genty and Hampton did not, these were 1st and 2nd round picks.
Yeah.
So
Travion Henderson went kind of high.
He was good. He was solid.
Yeah, he finished 19th amongst running back, so I don't know if he's worth a 4th rounder, but it's fine. He had his moments too. He kind of broke on later. But yeah, so there's you go. There's your rookies in 2025 as we get into this one. And we'll talk about our one quarterback. Obviously, the quarterbacks I have listed are Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and Carson Beck. I don't know if we'll talk about all of these guys, but of course, Mendoza, first overall pick by the Las Vegas Raiders. He comes over from the University of Indiana. He won a national championship there. 6'4", 236. Problem, Todd? And Mendoza, pocket passer, big-time accuracy. Some of the experts say he lacks improvisational talent, arm strength, and velocity. That's three major things. You talk about his weapons. Todd mentioned it already. Kind of his wide receivers are pretty bleh.
Yep.
But he's got Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty who can catch the ball. We just talked about Kirk Cousins, at least right now, the starting quarterback. Is he fantasy worthy, Todd Diamond? We'll start with you since you are the rookie's so-called expert.
Yeah.
Self-described.
I would say no. I just because
he beat your Hurricanes in the national championship? Is that why?
No, it's not. Well, a little why. No, it's more. Again, I'm just his wide receivers just don't give me a lot of confidence. For Mendoza. Now, granted, he can throw the ball to Bowers and everything, and he can throw it. He can throw it to Genty, but the wide receivers just don't give me a lot of confidence to even. I don't know, and obviously, definitely not even for a backup. Maybe if it was desperate enough, maybe if I had to stream a quarterback, maybe just if the matchup was there and the defense wasn't as good, maybe I'd think about it. But other than that, I think Mendoza should start anyway, but I'm not gonna waste a pick on him. And in the end of the day, you wouldn't have to waste a pick on him. You could, you could wait till week 3, 4, 5 or whatever, depending on whenever he start, or if he wins the job, and just to see if he shows the flashes, then yes, I would think about it. But other than that, I'm not going there.
How about you, Mikey? Are you going there with Fernando Mendoza? Is he someone that is a late round flyer that he hopefully breaks out and becomes the next Peyton Manning or Drew Brees, or you're just not even thinking about Mendoza in the draft?
I'm not thinking about Mendoza. Like, unless you hear news that, he's the starter. I mean, if you don't get that news, then it's an obvious no. If you do, to me, I don't even think he's a late round flyer. Like, backup quarterbacks can be interchangeable sometimes, and I don't know. To me, it's not worth. I hate to use the word waste because that sounds disrespectful to, Mendoza. I don't have anything against him, but yeah, I am gonna say it. It's a waste of a pick to me.
Wow. Well, he's one of our biggest listeners, so that's not nice to say about Mendoza. No, I agree, though. I think rookie quarterbacks, rarely do they come out and post top 12 fantasy. You've had the years of Jaden Daniels who did all right because his rushing helped him out, or Justin Herbert in 2020. He did fairly well in his year, but I mean, most of the time you're not thinking about those guys. It's a different type of learning curve for them. And especially in Las Vegas, I mean, most of the time, top quarterbacks are going to bad teams, and to get all of their pieces together and figuring out the speed of the game. We just saw Cam Ward, and he was not a top fantasy quarterback. So with that being said, I think we're going to skip over Ty Simpson, who went 13 overall, to the Rams out of the University of Alabama, and Carson Beck, who was the first pick in the 3rd round by Arizona from the University of Miami, unless Todd wants to talk about Carson Beck. But these guys, if Mendoza is not fantasy relevant, these other two are probably not as well, correct?
Jacoby Brissett just signed his contract, so yeah, Carson Beck. Carson Beck's not even gonna. I mean, if Brissett was still kind of holding out and everything, and okay, maybe you hear some whispers and like, all right, maybe he'd have an opportunity to he'd be the starter or something, or if the contract lingered.
Todd.
Sorry.
If he was the starting quarterback, would he be fantasy worthy? No. I know you love Carson Beck. I know you do.
I know.
But no, he is not fantasy worthy.
Okay. We're moving on.
I don't want you to go in this diatribe of this. If this happens, and maybe if that happens, let's just put him in this driver's seat. If he was the starter, I still don't think he'd be drafted.
Let's just get away. It's all about the you. That's all there is to it.
For whatever it's worth, yeah. I mean, I know he wouldn't be, but he has better wide receivers to throw the ball to.
Correct.
And so just throwing that one. But again, I know he's not fantasy so it's all good.
I mean, if you like Marvin Harrison Jr., sure.
I like Michael Wilson better.
Well, and see, that's the news that should have been brought up earlier was Brissett. I forgot. I put it in my phone and did not transfer it over to the script. Is that, he was signed. So now the offense and Mikey, you saw it too. I mean, I saw it with, Mr. Trey McBride on my team, but I mean, will they win a lot of games? Probably not. But I mean, that's a fantasy worthy offense when he's slinging the ball as much as he was last year, right?
Yeah, I like where this lead in is going too.
So Jeremiah Love, folks, third overall pick, a running back by the Arizona Cardinals, who kind of needed one. I don't know. He's out of University of Notre Dame, 6 foot, 212 pounds. He ran for 2,500 yards rushing, 35 touchdowns the last 2 years. The Doak Award winner is the nation's best running back. Of course, he was a finalist for the Heisman. So he is projected as a third down back, although he has only had 20-plus carries 3 times in his career. Won't run over everyone, according to experts, falls forward, pass catching potential. Of course, the big thing with Jeremiah Love is the backfield that's a little bit crowded, and maybe not if you don't believe in the likes of Tyler Algier or James Conner. So, Mikey, we'll start with you. Jeremiah Love, how are you seeing the prospects of Jeremiah Love, and where should owners draft him?
So you brought up a bunch of good points. Crowded backfield.
Thanks.
James Conner coming off an injury. They paid good money for Tyler Algier. They have a coaching staff that I don't like. Nathaniel Hackett's running the offense there, which is just hilarious.
Maybe he'll tell him what time it is.
But then I watch him, and this is just one of those things where I've got to trust what I'm seeing, and versus everything else. And how are you going to keep this guy off the field? He's a superstar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, He has every bit the ability, just watching him, to be eventually at that upper echelon of the guys that will be drafted, the Gibbs, the McCaffreys, the Bijan Robinsons. Like he has that kind of like pop.
Wow.
Now, I'm not going to draft him up there because coming out as a rookie, they're not going to give him the opportunity, but I mean,
they should.
Second round, I'm based on what I see, I wouldn't hate it.
Second round, okay. Like high second round, or like if.
Well, let's just go this way. Mikey's got what do you have? The 6th pick.
I'm right in the middle.
So right in the middle, if he's there at the second round, is that something you think about? Depending on, obviously, it depends on who falls down to that point, but probably the likes of Derrick Henry or Kyron Williams, perhaps. I don't know if Williams is too high there, or Devin Achane. I don't know. I mean, are those guys still better than him at this early stage? We haven't really done rankings yet, so I'm putting him on the spot, but that's a good place for him.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, and I know I'm the one that I just said, rookies are so overhyped. And they are. But passes the eye
We
test
saw
is all
Marion
I can
Hampton
say.
go in the middle of the second round last year, and that
This
didn't
guy
work
looks
out.
better than a Marion Hampton.
Does he really?
Like
Okay.
he does.
Todd,
Yeah.
your thoughts on Jeremiah Love?
Well, he had 18 touchdowns last year. This is kind of a do-it-all back. And obviously Mikey's right. I mean, he has that, when he gets the ball, he has that pop, he's just whoosh, he's gone. If I'm the Cardinals, I mean, I'm trying to do everything I humanly possibly can to keep this guy on the field. Again, I don't know why. I mean, James Conner's always hurt. Algier, I don't know. I don't know why you go pay him a lot of money, but hey, it's you got to spend the money. But if I'm the Cardinals, I'm doing everything I humanly possibly can to keep Jeremiah Love, to keep him on the field, because I mean he might be their best offensive weapon.
So that's Jeremiah Love, third overall pick, as we mentioned. So it'll be interesting to see where this top rookie goes. Let's talk about the only other running back that was drafted in the first round, which was his teammate, Jadarian Price, and he was selected by the Seahawks, who, of course, needs a running back after they allowed Kenny Walker to enter free agency and now is over with Kansas City. Price is 5'10", 203 pounds, flourished in his senior season. He was third-team All-American. He's finalist for the Paul Hornung Award as the nation's most versatile player. He had 2 kick return touchdowns, played in all 12 games. Didn't get a lot of run just because Jeremiah Love got all the run, but he averaged 6 yards per carry, had 11 touchdowns. He also caught for 2 touchdowns as well. Some of the things that people are saying is he's got he lacks of explosiveness and pass catching talent. He's a one-cut running back, but he's good in that one-cut running back scheme. Obviously, with the Seahawks, Charbonnet is returning from an ACL injury, so he may not be ready in time. Of course, you also have Emmanuel Wilson, who we talked about on the previous podcast. Only saw 13 targets over 2 seasons at Notre Dame, so yeah, not a lot of pass catching, at least shown in his time in college. Todd, how are you viewing Jadarian Price?
He might be the starter just by default, because Charbonnet, again, coming off that injury, to me, this might be a kind of maybe a no-brainer that he might be the starting running back. Again, yeah, he didn't get a lot of because of Jeremiah Love. So I mean, granted, it's not his fault. It's kind of I got to use this parallel of, and maybe it's apples to oranges, but when it was, and obviously I'm not comparing Jeremiah Love or Price to these, but just kind of maybe the situation. But when it was Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders both in the same backfield at Oklahoma State, like Barry Sanders got more of it. Thurman Thomas didn't get as much, but and it was funny too that I think Thurman Thomas got drafted in the second round and Barry Sanders in the first round. But the point is, I think the Seahawks are going to be like, all right, you're going to be the guy, because until maybe Charbonnet comes back. But if Price can at least prove himself, again, I mean, obviously Price isn't going to be I wouldn't draft him very high anyway. And Jeremiah Love is the only one I maybe draft high, but maybe you could get good value for Price, maybe in the, I don't know, maybe like the 7th or 8th round.
How about you, Miguel? A guy that has a chance to be the number 1 running back to start the season. I was just looking now in terms of where Zach Charbonnet is in terms of his return. There is no timetable. He was put on the PUP list. Doesn't mean he can't be there ready for the first game of the season, but it seems unlikely. Does Price spark any interest in you as a 10th or 11th round pick, depending on how everything looks heading into our draft?
My guess is he probably goes before that. Yeah, I mean, he looks good too. I think Seattle is likely to use all 3 guys, and the fact that he's not like a big-time receiving threat will take him off the field on 3rd downs. But I mean, Seattle's got a good enough offense, and you saw, when they get down towards the goal line, they like to run it in, and usually that was Charbonnet's thing. But if he's going to be out, I mean, Price will go earlier because if he kind of slides into that role early, then yeah, I mean, just somebody will draft him, and yeah, I think it'll be before the 9th or 10th round.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
Go ahead, Todd.
I'm sorry. When you said, because obviously he, had a few kick returns or whatever. Does that, I mean, that's got to help his value maybe a little bit. Maybe. I mean, obviously, I guess if he's the starter, they're probably not going to put him as kicker, punt returner. But that's maybe a little added bonus points or something like that. They're like, okay, well, he's capable of doing this. If they're going to run, a three running backs at the same time. Then maybe sometimes they put Price back as a punt returner or a kick returner, and maybe you get some value out of that. But
No, I don't want my running back running kicks. Kidding me?
Remember, was this last year they were talking about Kyron Williams taking kicks, or was that 2 years ago?
They're doing that again, by the way.
Good.
Oh, really?
But no, they have Rashid Shaheed to run kicks, so I don't think he'll be doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, so some prospect there for Darian Price. Some of the other running backs that if you guys want to talk about, you're talking about a 4th round pick, Jonah Coleman from the Broncos, 4th round pick, Mike Washington for the Raiders, 5th round pick, Emmett Johnson for the Chiefs. So the running back excitement kind of drops after Darian Price. Any of these guys we need to talk about? Todd, do you want to talk about your Bronco?
I mean, Coleman's is going to have to just, unless there's some major injuries, he's going to have to just wait his turn, because he's gonna be behind Dobbins and Harvey. Personally, I wanted them to actually draft Mike Washington Jr. instead, because he's a little more bigger back. Because I think that's what I felt like. That's what we needed more, because Coleman is kind of like RJ Harvey, and it's like we don't need another RJ Harvey. We need another, we need another bigger back, just in case Dobbins, gets hurt. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't really too high. I really didn't like the pick as much as maybe some other people did. I mean, that was just me.
Sure. Anybody intrigue you here, Miguel? I mean, Mike Washington Jr. is an Ashton Genty injury away from being the number 1 running back.
He is. Todd wanted him because he fumbles a lot. Todd likes running backs.
No, I didn't say. Well, okay. Well, John Payne can fix that, but it was more because he was a bigger back. That's what I was. That's what
Todd wants someone at 3rd and 1 or goal line carries.
Yeah.
I mean, quickly, my guy is Damon Claiborne, who's for the Vikings, 6th round pick, and that's more about the position that he's in. Kind of a faster back, more of the Achane style, but not as good. But I mean, I think Aaron Jones is done. Sorry, Todd. I just do. I think he's cooked.
No, it's okay. Hey, he's still going. He's still in the Butterfingers Hall of Fame. That's okay. Don't worry.
A lot of people are excited about Jordan Mason this year, just based on some of the stuff I've seen. But I think that's just more opportunity than it is talent.
He's okay. But I'm just saying, there's opportunity there if somebody's gonna step up, and that would be a team that I think, somebody might have a chance to show something.
Okay, so keep an eye on some of those guys. But yeah, just kind of a couple that are exciting on the running back end. Let's go to the wide receivers. There's quite a few highly drafted wide receivers we can talk about. We can't get to all of them as we have, just an hour on this podcast, and we have about 23 minutes left. So we'll start at the top, of course, and that'll be Carnell Tate, who is the 4th overall pick by the Tennessee Titans. Of course, he is out of wide receiver U out of Ohio State. He's 6'2", 192 pounds. 2nd team All-American as a junior. He played in 11 games, 51 receptions, 875 yards, and 9 touchdowns. A deep threat wide receiver, has good separation, had 0 drops in his senior year. I'll start with Mikey this time. rookie wide receivers. We've seen the good, we've seen the bad. How are you feeling about Tate and Tennessee and Cam Ward in that offense?
I think it's a very similar situation to last year where, like, I mean, Carolina's offense with like Ted McMillan, like the talent's there. You could see it with Carnell Tate. So even though like Tet had Bryce Young, who, let's face it, hasn't been like super great. Like, I mean, I feel like Cam Ward should be better than he was last year. He still may not be like a super great quarterback, but it's enough to where a talent like Carnell Tate should be able to, you know, thrive. Like, he's not going to be elite of the elite as a rookie, but I mean, the talent's there. You can see it.
Well, he's already the best wide receiver on the roster. I mean, you have Wan'Dale Robinson, Calvin Ridley, and so those are the highest rated guys so far. So he's going to get first rung. It's just a matter of, can Cam Ward take a step forward? I mean, their top tight end is Gunnar Helm, and that's not great either. So, I mean, there's all kinds of opportunity for volume. It's just, can Cam Ward be – can he make that step forward to be a better NFL quarterback? And I haven't seen a lot of his games, so I honestly can't say myself. Todd, are you chomping at the bit to draft Carnell Tate? I know you love your wide receivers from Ohio State.
I do. I mean, I agree with Mikey that the talent was there. You know, he did get a little overshadowed because I think his former teammate, who's probably going to be Jeremiah Smith, who's probably the better one. It looks like Julio Jones. But for Carnell Tate, yeah, he's going into a situation where, you know, I mean, the wide receiver, I don't know, for rookie wide receivers, it's a little bit more difficult to get acclimated in there, because obviously the defenses are bigger and faster than they are in college. That's just the way that is. So it's, you know, trying to do some of the stuff you did at Ohio State. You may not be able to do that, you know, right away in your first year. But I mean, it does help Cam Ward's. You know, it does give him a dangerous weapon to do it, to help him progress even more, to grow and everything like that. But it's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough. And yes, he is probably the best wide receiver on the roster at the moment.
Jordan Tyson. He's the 8th overall pick by the Saints. He's out of Arizona State. As a senior, third-team All-American, 61 receptions, 711 yards, and 8 touchdowns in 9 games. He missed 4 games due to hamstring injuries. He also broke his collarbone in 2024. He had way better numbers than that 2024 season before he broke his collarbone, 75 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 10 TDs. He will be the number 2 wide receiver behind Chris Olave. Of course, this Saints offense is kind of up and coming. Tyler Shook looked pretty good last year. Mikey, Jordan Tyson, New Orleans. It's exciting to see that the Saints are kind of doing some good things offensively. Could he match up with Chris Olave and put up fantasy-worthy numbers?
I mean, it makes me wonder. Like, there's some pretty good hype surrounding this offense, and Tyler Shook going into its second year.
The other H-Hands on the team now.
Yeah, the other H-Hands there too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Like you're feeling it.
It's not that I'm not feeling it. I just wonder if this offense is really going to be that good to be able to support, you know, 2 wide receivers having like really, really great seasons. That's my concern. Like, I liked what I saw from Jordan Tyson, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not feeling it for this year, I guess is what I'll say.
Okay, Todd, we're going to talk about Mekhi Lemon, who was the 20th overall pick by the Philadelphia Eagles. He's out of USC. He was the Biletnikoff Award winner as the nation's top wide receiver, first-team All-American, 79 catches, almost 1,200 yards, receiving 11 touchdowns in 12 games. His big concern or his big knock is he's only 5'11", but apparently he's a dog on 50-50 balls. Experts are saying that he'll probably live in that slot position. Of course, the Philly situation, A.J. Brown is gone. Devontae Smith is still there. So, Mekhi Lemon, how are you feeling about him? And is he someone that will get drafted in our league this year?
Oh, absolutely. He goes into a perfect situation in some instances with AJ Brown gone. They can put him right into that offense. He can be the number 2 behind Devonta Smith, whether it is in the slot. 5'11", understand, wide receiver 6 foot and, in taller, but he had 11 touchdowns last year, and everything like that. So to me, he goes into a perfect situation where, again, they're still going to focus on Saquon, and everything, trying to run the ball. So I think Mekhi Lemon, will thrive in that offense this year. So I think, to me, I would definitely draft him for sure in later rounds. But I'm high on Lemon.
Just briefly, if he's to succeed, I think Philadelphia's got to be better offensively. They were pretty terrible last year. They also threw the ball 6th least. So that needs to go up a little bit. Obviously, it could have just been one bad year. We've seen many solid offensive years for the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. And so unless something changes from last year, probably not too high on Lemon, but, Jalen Hurts is good enough to, obviously, we've seen Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown succeed in that offense. KC Concepcion, 24th overall pick by the Browns out of Texas A&M, part of an offense that's looking for playmakers, at least coming into this draft. Jerry Jeudy is on the roster, although he's already kind of injured. Mikey already has expressed his feelings about Jerry Jeudy. And they also have another fellow draftee in Denzel Boston, who we'll quickly talk about here in a little bit. He started his career in NC State. Concepcion did. He was a freshman All-American, ACC Rookie of the Year, and then blossomed in 2025 as a first-team All-American. He won the Paul Hornung Award as the nation's most versatile player. He had 2 punt return TDs, caught 61 balls for 919 yards and 9 TDs. Experts say he's got great burst off the line of scrimmage and kill you with his straight line speed. Had a drop problem in college. So, Mikey, anything you want to say about the new Cleveland Brown set up with whoever the starting quarterback is? I don't think we know that in Cleveland yet.
Isn't that just the problem, though? I mean, it's definitely somebody that Cleveland could use, because, I mean, he could definitely be like a stick mover. Like, he's fast, he can go underneath, and make plays, move the sticks, and this is a terrible Cleveland offense with a unknown quarterback at this time, so they could use somebody like that. I just don't know if he's going to get the kind of volume that's going to warrant him being like this big fantasy breakout player. I don't really see that. Maybe a late round flyer.
Yeah, I think he's more of a guy that owners will keep an eye on the first couple of weeks to see who the starting quarterback is, how that offense is looking, who's getting the volume of the throws. Because, I mean, Njoku's out of there, right? He's with a different squad. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, who are they going to throw to? And so if it's Concepcion and Jeudy and Boston, who's going to take the lead? So that might be more of a wait and go. Maybe another wait and see situation. And Todd, you can talk about Omar Cooper Jr., who was the 30th overall pick by the Jets out of the national champion Indiana Hoosiers, who beat Miami in the national championship. I don't know if we've mentioned that here in this podcast, but there it is again. As a junior, ranked 4th in the FBS with a 21-yard per catch average, but he only caught 28 passes in 12 games, only appeared in 4 starts, but still caught 7 touchdowns in that time. Then as a senior, finished tied for 3rd in the FBS with 13 receiving touchdowns to go along with 69 receptions and 937 yards. Well, of course, play behind Garrett Wilson for sure. He is actually currently listed third on the ESPN depth chart behind Adonai Mitchell. Of course, the Jets are also sporting new quarterback Geno Smith. Good feelings for Omar Cooper Jr., Todd?
Not really, just because, again, I'm not really Jets offense. I'm not really high on. Again, Casey Concepcion. I'm
But
more
it's
high
Geno
on him.
Smith.
I know it's Geno Smith, but that's
19 touchdowns and 17 interceptions. That's got to be better than what the Jets had last year.
Wow. I mean, hey, when you mention that 17 interceptions, I mean, hey, I got to change my tune right now. But no, he's gonna play. He's gonna play behind Garrett Wilson. If he's not the number 2 by the end, at least by the maybe the second preseason game, I would be shocked. But the Jets need something. I mean, Garrett Wilson's supposed to be the big weapon. But again, quarterback play definitely plays into it. And Geno Smith just doesn't give me a lot of confidence in that. So I'm really not Omar Cooper. I'm gonna stay away from.
Todd says no, thank you.
No,
we're gonna
thank
rapid
you.
fire these last 3 wide receivers as we're coming up to about 8 minutes left to go here in the podcast. Denzel Boston, Jeremy Bernard. I apologize if I'm saying that name wrong. I didn't look it up. And Malachi Fields. I knew I was going to talk about Malachi Fields. Todd, who did I have you talking about?
Denzel Boston.
Yes, of course, the Ohio State guys. Oh no, he's out of University of Washington.
Washington, yeah.
So go ahead and let me know what your thoughts about Denzel Boston.
I'm not really too high on him. I was more. I mean, I think Casey Concepcion's gonna be better than Denzel Boston in my mind.
So another wide receiver Todd's not feeling, and it's Jeremy Bernard. So my mistake.
Jeremy Bernard.
Mikey, what are your thoughts about the second round pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who came out of the University of Alabama?
Well, in a perfect world with Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, he would be the Randall Cobb inside slot type receiver. I mean, the problem is that this is not 10 years ago. It's a 10 years older Aaron Rodgers arm. And yeah,
No.
It's not that I don't like the player. It's just I don't like the situation.
And Malachi Fields, he was in the third round, pick 10 by the Giants out of Notre Dame. Of course, Malik Neighbors in his situation, Darius Slayton in the mix, Darnell Mooney in the mix. He's currently ranked behind all of those guys on the ESPN depth chart. Doesn't mean he can't move up. Didn't put up huge numbers in college. He was at the University of Virginia for a little while, then went over to Notre Dame, where he caught 36 passes for 630 yards, but he's got a big yards per carry. So nothing really great to say about Malachi Fields other than he plays for the Giants, and who's really excited about Slayton and Mooney anyway. Obviously, until Neighbors comes back, maybe he gets in the fold, but probably not going to be drafted. Okay, with just a few minutes left to go in this podcast, we won't go super deep into the tight ends, but of course, Kenyon Sadiq has really made a name for himself in college. He was a 16th overall pick by the Jets once again. He's out of the University of Oregon. Everything I've seen has been incredible on this guy. If you go to NFL.com, it says his athleticism score is 99, and they compare him to Trey McBride. Todd, are you getting those same feelings that this guy could be a difference maker in year one?
Yeah, he's definitely. This was a pick I maybe wanted the Broncos to pick up, because obviously we don't have any tight ends. But his athleticism, yeah, I mean, he would just pick you apart on the field. So yeah, again, obviously I know it's Geno Smith, and I said I wasn't too high on Mario Cooper, but Sadiq is different. That's like, it's like another version of like Bowers. Like, just throw him the ball and make him and he'll get you yards and touchdowns.
He was a second-team All-American, Big Ten tight end of the year, led the FBS tight ends with 8 receiving touchdowns. Did you see any footage of him, Miguel? And does he have those same Brock Bowers, Trey McBride type of aura to him?
Well, to me, it's almost different because, like, those guys, as great as they are, like, they still look like tight ends. Like, Sadiq doesn't look like a tight end at all. Like, he just looks like a bigger receiver. Like, yeah, I mean, the guy, he plays a lot on the outside. He plays in the slot. Like, he's not your normal tight end. I mean, I definitely think he's going to be on the field a lot just because, he's, like you said, super athletic and he knows how to get open. So if he finds himself on a linebacker, he's probably going to beat him.
He ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, so that's lightning for a guy who is 6'3", 241.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason he would have trouble staying on the field is because, he looks like he probably couldn't block Todd Diamond. But, that's not what he's there for. He's there to catch the ball. So, yeah, I mean, I like him.
Is he Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham's a little bit different. Like, Jimmy Graham was like, how do I put this? Like, Jimmy Graham could, like, freaking jump out of the gym. Obviously, he was a basketball player.
Yeah.
And was super tall. Like, Sadiq is just more of a, like I said, he's a big receiver to me. That's what he looks like.
Okay.
Any of these other tight ends you guys want to talk about? Eli Stowers, second-round pick by Philly. Nate Burkircher, second-round pick by Jacksonville. And Marlon Klein out of Houston.
Stowers, because there was a lot of hype around him because he was, like, athletic, because he looked like a wide receiver, but played like a tight end. And again, I like his situation he's going into Philly, because obviously they don't have Dallas Goedert anymore, and everything. So they might just get slated in right there and there.
They do have Dallas Goedert.
I was going to say, what happened to Goedert? I was like, did I miss something? And I looked at the depth chart, and he's right there.
I thought because he was a free agent, wasn't he, or something, or maybe
they brought him back.
Oh, okay, yeah, I missed that.
Do
you like his situation less now?
Todd?
Stowers is definitely athletic and everything, and you can have two tight ends on the field. It's okay.
Todd, what's going to be on next week's show?
All right, we're going to talk about the single callers, quarterbacks. Is Joe Burrow, is Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. I mean, where are these guys going to be? I mean, is Bo Nix going to be high on the rankings? I don't know. We're going to have to find out.
Did you say single callers? What kind of show are we talking about next week?
Single. I said signal callers. There we
signal.
Go. Signal.
I thought you were setting up for some sort of reality show with these quarterbacks, all these single quarterbacks. All the single
I'd watch it.
Well, Justin Herbert. Well, Justin Herbert's not single anymore.
He's off the market. Yeah. And guess what, folks? Todd is hosting the show, so if you're going to miss one, maybe that is the one.
Oh.
And, of course, we'll talk about our number 23 best champion of all time. Well, we got to get out of here. For Mikey Renault, Todd Diamond, I'm Eric Lansing. We'll see you next time.